Hey there, just a quick vid to show you this awesome 12 volt air heater. It's got the 12 volt fans, the 12 volt element, and right now I got it hooked to the 12 volt power supply with a speed controller for the fans. Check that out. 298, 300 max, 148, 149 Celsius. The bottom one max 305, 243. That's the bottom row of fins. Varies a little bit. Well over 200 in most places. And I even got a 300 a couple of times with the fan running. Originally I was going to use this, but these only go to 120 or 50, so this thing would blow the top right off of that in no time. Had to go with the oven thermometer. Nope. Better cool that down in a hurry. Super easy to make this, by the way. You got the components being the speed controller and the power supply and the heating element, and then the two fans. That's the main thing, other than the wood, the screws, the paint, the super glue that holds the fans down. That's about it. By the way, notice the low center of gravity on this in the large feet. I did that on purpose to make it super safe. The other thing I did was I made sure that there was no way the fans could get within a 1/4 inch of the metal. There's a full 1/4 inch air gap in there, and even when you push the piece of wood that they're on all the way tight against this piece of wood, it won't get any closer than about a 1/4 inch. This piece of wood on the bottom, by the way, is not touching the metal either, because these side pieces hang down and the wood's actually sitting on these pieces of insulated plastic. So this essentially just hangs out in open air. It's not touching any of the frame. So that makes the element super safe, and you got plenty of room with the fans on the back, and then it's all pre-wired with everything, so you're all set there. I got it on the AC now with the power supply, but since it's all 12 volt, you could run these straight to solar panels, deep cycle batteries, or lithium ion batteries if you wanted to. Personally, if I was going to run it on batteries, I would get at least one 100 amp hour lithium ion battery or two of the 100 amp hour deep cycle batteries. That way you could get probably 5.5, maybe 6 hours on the outside per unit before you'd have to recharge the battery system. And if you want to go longer, like 10 to 12, just use 4 of the deep cycles or 2 of those 100 amp hour lithium ion batteries. By the way, I got the speed controller, the power supply, the heating element, and the two fans on Amazon, and the dowels, the paint, the screws, and assorted other things at Home Depot. All right, so for the stand, we got the 1-inch square wood dowels here, 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 and under the fans. 5.5 inches long, 3.5 inches long, and a 3 are under the fans. Then in the front, we got a 3/4 inch square wood dowel, and in the back, we have a 1/2 inch square wood dowel. Those are both about 5.25 inches long. You can use a 3/4 inch square wood dowel in the back too if you want. Looks good. By the way, this is how I've been painting the pieces. Just some black spray paint, looping it through a hanger. That way you can get the whole thing, and then you can hang it like this and let it dry. Okay, now finally I'm going to go ahead and super glue those fans on there. I had 3 main goals, by the way, in designing this. One, of course, the main one, was getting it to be as hot as possible so it could heat up the room as good as possible. The second thing, probably the most important though, was the safety features, the low center of gravity, the big feet, and the fact the element's not touching any wood or fans, it's just kind of hanging out there. The other thing was I just wanted to make it look cool. But just leaving it black like this looks pretty cool because it comes naturally with the black end caps and the silver. And the silvery color with the black looks kind of cool, so there was that. By the way, if you're going to use 12-volt solar panels to run this, you'll need 400 watts worth. So I would buy 4 100-watt panels to run it. The reason for that is that you need the amps. This is roughly an 18 amp unit, and those all combined on an average day would put out about 18 amps, all 4 of them combined. By the way, super easy to switch it over to battery. These are the positive terminals here, so you would just put these 2 to the positive terminal of the battery, and these 2 to the negative terminal, and that's literally all you have to do to switch it from this to the battery. Same with solar panel. This would go to the positive terminal of the solar panel, negative terminal of the solar panel, and then you could skip this and the batteries and just go straight if you got the sun. Just be thinking amps with both of them though. Amp hours with the deep cycle batteries or the lithium ion batteries, and the solar panels, look at the amps, not the watts. Keep in mind that this pulls 16.66 amps basically, and these pull about an amp total, so 17.66 total, or just figure 18 to cover it. So 18 amp hours per hour.